Hello everyone and welcome to FreeCAD tutorials. In this tutorial, we explained how to properly use constraints in 2D sketches in FreeCAD. The material presented in this video tutorial is the first thing a person needs to learn when studying and learning how to use FreeCAD. So let's immediately start. First of all, click on File and click on New to open a new workspace. Then click on Part Design and click on Create Body. Then over here, go to the model and you'll see your body over here. Next, let's create a sketch. To create a sketch, you can simply click over here, or you can click on Sketch and Create Sketch. So let's click here. Then you need to select your work plane. I will select XY plane. So click here. And currently you are in two-dimensional sketching plane. If this is the first time you're using FreeCAD, make sure that you expand these groups of buttons over here because sometimes they can be displaced. So make sure that everything is expanded and that you can see these buttons as you can see them on my screen. To ease our life and to ease the process of sketching, let's turn on the grid. To turn on the grid, locate this button over here and click on it. You can also click on this arrow and over here you can adjust the grid spacing. Let's change the grid spacing to be 5. And now the grid is denser. Then over here, make sure that Snap to Grid and Snap to Object is selected. And let's start with sketching. First, let's create a simple rectangle. Locate this button, expand it, and click on Centered Rectangle. And then click on 0, 0, 0 and draw an arbitrary rectangle. For example, this one over here. Press left mouse click and do the right mouse click to exit the rectangle menu. Next, observe this menu over here. If you're completely new to FreeCAD, you might be completely confused. What is this? What is DOF? What are these constraints? What are these elements? Let's thoroughly explain everything. First of all, observe the following. Click on this line and try to move it. And you can see that you can resize your rectangle. Similarly, over here, you can move it left or right and you can resize it. This means that we have 2 degrees of freedoms that we didn't constrain. That is, we need to constrain 2 degrees of freedoms. That's why you see over here 2DOF, which means that our sketch is currently under constraint for 2 degrees of freedom, and we need to constrain these 2 degrees of freedom. Next, observe this menu over here. You can see all the constraints that exist in our sketch. Namely, observe this small vertical line, red line, as well as this small horizontal red line, as well as this arrow over here, and these points. These are actual constraints. This vertical line means that this line over here as well as this line are parallel, and that's the constraint. Also, this line over here, namely actually this arrow, if you click on this arrow, you will be able to move this part over here. Let me try to show you. You can do it like this, you see, and you can see how symmetrically everything moves. That is, this point over here symmetrically moves as well as this point. That is, there is some symmetry between this point and this point over here, and that's also a constraint. And all these things are over here constraints. Now, we're still missing 2 constraints. Let's learn how to add them. There are several ways to constrain this sketch. I will use the simplest approach. I will simply constrain the distance from this line to this line, as well as the distance from this line to this line. So let's learn how to do that. First of all, locate this button over here, dimension. And if you expand, you will see all sorts of constraints you can add. Let's just click on the dimension. The dimension constraint will enable you to constrain the length of certain lines or geometrical objects. So click here and see what happens. Immediately, the length is shown. The length is 92.103. So if you click here, this menu will pop up, and if you enter 100, if you press enter, things changed, right? Right now you have only 1 degree of freedom that you need to adjust. This is because we have adjusted this length over here, or better to say, we have constrained this length to be 100 millimeters. Then do the right click to exit. Then let's constrain this distance over here. To do that, again, click here, click here, click here, and enter, for example, 60. And now if you click OK, you will see, and if you do the right click, you will see that this line is green, this line is green, this line is green, as well as this line, and you'll see fully constrained. This means that you have properly constrained this object. Next, let's add a circle. Click here and click on Create Circle by Center and place circle somewhere over here and draw an arbitrary circle. Press Enter, do the right click. Let's see now what happens. Okay, we can see that we have 3 degrees of freedom that are not constrained. Well, the reason for this is the following. First of all, if you click on a circle, you can move it left or right and the radius will change. This is 1 degree of freedom. Then if you click on the center, you can arbitrarily move the circle wherever you want. Since the point has 2 degrees of freedom in a plane, this means that there are 2 degrees of freedom that we can modify. Consequently, the radius and the location of this point give us 3 degrees of freedom. So let's learn how to constrain this circle. To do that, we can do several things. First of all, if you expand here, you can click on constrain auto radius diameter, or you can click on constrain radius. So if you click here and click on circle, we can constrain the radius to be, let's say, 50. And now the radius is constrained, and you can see 2 degrees of freedom. Next, we need to constrain the position of this point with respect to 0, 0. Or you can also do with respect to any line or any other object. So let's learn how to do that. There are several ways to do that. You can either use dimension or you can expand here, and let's click on constrain horizontal distance. If you want to learn FreeCAD, you can also do it like this. You can just hover over a certain option and you can read what is written. For example, currently it's written, fix the horizontal distance between 2 points. So we need 2 points. So let's click here and let's click on this point and let's click on this point over here. And then let's again do this. Oops, let me just do it again. I pressed escape. Let me go back. Model, sketch. Let me do here. Now, what you can do, you can simply click on this point over here and then press Control, click on this point. Now 2 points are selected, click here, and then you can click constrain horizontal distance. And now let's constrain this to be 35. And here you are. Now you constrained the horizontal distance between this point and this point to be 35. And you have 1 degree of freedom. Let's do that for the vertical distance. Again, click on a point, press Control, click on the second point, then click here and click on Constrain Vertical Distance. And over here, let's enter, for example, 10. And let's see what happens. Voila, here it is. Now we have completely constrained this circle. You can see the circle is green now, and you have this message fully constrained. We can also automatically set to constrain when sketching the object. For example, if you click here and if you click on center rectangle, draw rectangle over here. Now, what will appear immediately? You will see on top and on the left fields where you can enter the values. So let's immediately enter the value for the horizontal distance. You can see that the field is active, or the horizontal length of this object. For example, we can set 50 over here. And if you press Tab, you will go to another field. And here you can press, for example, 30. And if you press Enter, you will see that this element is automatically constrained. However, one thing that's not constrained here is the center of this point. So let's learn how to do that. So simply click here, then Control again over here, and then click here and constrain horizontal distance. Let's, for example, set this to be 80. And then let's set the vertical distance again here and here, and then over here, and then constrain vertical distance. And let's set this to be, for example, 30. And here we are. So this is our third rectangle. Next, let's learn how to constrain lines. So click on line and click here. And over here, you can immediately do 2 things. You can set basically the length of the line. you can do it, for example, and specify 45. And if you press tab, you can also specify or constrain the angle that this line makes with the horizontal direction. Let's do 45 over here. And you can see immediately that you have constrained 2 degrees of freedom. If you do the right click, you will exit. And the main question is, why do we only have 2 degrees of freedom? Namely, the reason is that we can change the position of this line. And you can see that you're translating the line. Consequently, you need to introduce 2 additional constraints. You can, for example, constrain the position of this point with respect to any other point. So if you click on this point, and if you click on the center, we have selected 2 things. Then over here, you need to click, and then you can do constrain vertical distance, and let's do 35. And then let's do the horizontal distance. Click on the point, click and hold control, click on this point, expand this, and click on constrain horizontal distance, and let's do, let's say, 100. And now we have constrained this position of this point with respect to this point, as well as the angle and the length of this line. And later on, of course, you can double click on a constraint and set this to 60 to change the length of this line. And finally, let's learn how to use the symmetry constraint. Of course, there are many more constraints. However, you can learn them as you get more proficient with FreeCAD. First of all, let's sketch a circle and place the circle somewhere over here. And let's sketch another circle over here, for example. And let's do the right click. Now, what I want to do right now is to introduce a symmetry constraint between these 2 points. And the symmetry should be with respect to this vertical line. To do that, click on this point, press and hold Control, and then click on the symmetry line. In our case, the symmetry line will be this vertical line. Press it, hold Control, and click. And then locate the symmetry constraint. And voila! Let's see what happened. First of all, these 2 points are aligned to be on the same line, and now they're symmetric with respect to this vertical line. And you can easily convince yourself if you try to move any of these 2 circles. Namely, you can move them left or right. However, you can see that they're being placed symmetrically with respect to this axis. That is, however you move the right circle or the left circle, the right one or respectively the left one will simply mirror your motion. And that's it. This is a very cool constraint that you can use to create complex shapes. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that you like this video. If you like the videos I'm creating, please press the like and subscribe buttons, and see you in the next video tutorial.